Right, it's Friday night. I've just been over to Warminster. I had to get a bus into town, then jump on a train to go and pick Fee up.
Rescue, I
Yeah.
think, is more of an appropriate wordage, if I'm honest.
So, what was your plans today?
Huh. Well, my plans this morning was I was going to go to see a friend, Millie, my best friend, and I decided I was trying to be good and eat food because at the moment I haven't been eating very much, and it's not good for my low blood pressure. So I was in Morrisons in Warminster, and I decided it was just going to be a quick in and out, so I used my crutches, and I was kind of already struggling, but I've I've got a choice at the moment of using either my crutches or my Pegasus, my electric wheelchair,
Which is a small electric wheelchair. It's an
it's a
old
manual
one.
wheelchair with electric wheels, basically. The one I've
But
shown off, but unfortunately it damages my hips and makes me
because you can't get
incredibly.
in and out of it without somebody, basically.
Yeah, I can't get in and out, but it also means that for 2 or 3 days my hips are going to be really bad because it doesn't really support me. I've got a really good wheelchair, an electric wheelchair, which I've called Sisyphus. Unfortunately, though, Sisyphus is too big to fit in my car, so currently I don't really have any way of getting around easily.
You're not by yourself. You rely on me to put it in the van.
I rely on somebody to put it in the van, or I rely on meeting people wherever I go so that I don't get stuck. So I stupidly thought I'd go get a sandwich and some food, and I was hobbling along with my basket, and a lady didn't notice me, and she ended up driving into my basket. Unfortunately, I actually had a bit of momentum going, and for me, there was nowhere for me to move. So I ended up getting knocked over and ended up taking out a whole box of apples, Royal Gala apples as well. So they weren't exactly the cheap ones.
So basically, you were stood there. Someone came around the corner. You were holding a basket. You're a bit doddery.
It was in the fruit section, so it wasn't even a corner. It was just from one section to the other. They just weren't looking where they
So
were
yeah,
going.
she smacked into your thing because she wasn't looking where you're going, which knocked you over straight into a load of apples.
Yeah.
So you went base over apex.
Yep, and unfortunately and embarrassingly, there was but fortunately as well, I suppose I can't really say unfortunately, there was a lovely lady there who just started a summer break with her kids. She was only trying to do some shopping, but she ended up helping me up, and the lady who accidentally bumped into me, so they looked after me, and then they ended up having to get a chair from somebody, and then of course by that point I think somebody had in Morrison's had heard that there was a problem, so the first aider and team leader kind of rushed over, and I have to say Angeline was bloody fantastic. Everyone was bloody fantastic, to be fair. I was utterly embarrassed, but they made sure I was okay, and they made sure they sat with me until somebody came to
So a
help
big
me.
shout out and a thank you for the crew at Morrison's.
And Morrison's, Warminster, absolutely bloody fantastic. I've never been treated so well when I've made such a kerfuffle, even though it wasn't my fault. I still felt incredibly embarrassed, but they not only allayed my worries, but they were absolutely fantastic at making sure that I was okay, and looking after me in the best way possible. So
And
I cannot thank them enough.
lucky you were on your way to go and see Millie and Rich.
Yeah, well, fortunately, Millie and Rich live in Westbury, so
Westbury.
it's not too far. So I had to make a panic phone call to Rich. So Rich, bless his cotton socks, had to then park his car up, explain to Morrison's what was going on, and then he took me back to their house, and then I chilled out until Nick could come and rescue me, basically. So Nick ended up catching. We thought the best strategy was Nick catching the bus and the train, coming up to Warminster, and then we could pick up Nick from Warminster, and then we could end up going back to my car and giving Rich his car back. so.
So
I cannot say anything other than it's reminded me more than anything that humanity and caringness and being compassionate can make all the difference on a day like this. So
yeah, so we're fresh back. We've just had a McDonald's because it's quite late now and Fee hasn't got the energy to wait. So we've just scoffed a quick McDonald's. I'm gonna go and lob her in a hot bath, then cover her in CBD massage oil because we know that works, and then see how you are tomorrow. So we'll make another video tomorrow just
yeah,
to show.
you will be able to see the results, because today everything's still seizing up and playing funny buggers. So by tomorrow I will know how much or how little I can do. However, I'm an optimist, so I'm entirely sure I'll be able to run that half marathon.
Cool. So watch this space for how things are tomorrow. Big thank you to the crew at Morrisons and to Millie and Rich, because without all of their help, Fee would have been in dire straits.
Yeah, I cannot thank them enough, because it it made all the difference in the world. So thank you.
Cool. Okay, well, see you guys later, and we'll see what's going on with Fee